Not gonna lie, I'm curious to see how this one's gonna go. Hey everyone, Red Rebel Jeff Jones here, and in this video I want to talk about the situation that's currently taking place in Trinity College, Dublin, regarding the pro-Palestinian protests at the Book of Kells. Now before I get into it, please like and share this video to give it a boost. The Trinity College Students' Union has been protesting at the Book of Kells exhibit, calling for the college to cut ties with Israeli institutions over the war in Gaza. These protests have been taking place since September last year. Due to the financial losses occurred as a result of the protest, the college has fined the Students' Union €214,000 for disrupting access to the exhibit. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Book of Kells is an illustrated version of the four Gospels of the New Testament. It's believed to be written around 800 AD, and it's actually one of the most well-known, probably one of the most famous artefacts in Ireland. The Students' Union president has publicly stated that the union will not pay the fine. I think it has until the end of May to do so. And the union, starting on the 4th, has begun a US college-style encampment at the Book of Kells exhibit. Now, the fine is pretty large. 214,000 is quite a lot of money. Now, it turns out the Students' Union isn't actually hurting for money. It's recently been reported that the Students' Union in Trinity has just under 500,000 in the bank. So they're not hurting for money. Now, there have been some criticisms of the fine. Socialist T.D. McBarry called it a serious attack on the right to protest, and many others have expressed a similar opinion on the fine. Although I do find it kind of funny they don't see the hate speech bill in that way, because I'm pretty confident the hate speech bill will be much more damaging to protests that the government disagree with than this fine will be, but I digress. Now, I support the freedom to protest. I think it's a very valuable freedom that we have. Now, if you're using it to restrict the freedom of others, then you're going a bit outside your right there. And that's my problem with the protests taking place up in Trinity at the moment. They're physically blocking people from accessing the building. And that's preventing people from expressing their freedom of movement. No, this is the thing. If they were simply talking to people as they were trying to enter and convincing them not to go in, I have no problem with that. That's how they should have been doing this. But yes, they're going about it in completely the wrong way. And they're physically blocking the entrances and exits to the building. Say a fire starts in that building and the people inside are trying to get out. Well, they can't get out. They're physically blocked. And when I say they're physically blocked, the encampment that's there at the moment have blocked those exits with the park benches from the college. So someone could get hurt there if a fire starts in that building. No, pray to God, nothing bad happens to the building while this is going on. But I don't think those students have really thought through the consequences of their actions. Now, I think the college, the fine is one way to go about it. And I think they're lying about how it's because they've lost the income from the Book of Kells. That's not really a strong... I don't think a fine is the best way to go about it. I think what they should have done was, I think the college should have gone after the funds that they give to the union directly. Because a lot of people kind of forget about this when they're thinking about the situation here. The Students' Union gets most of their funding from the college. Now yes, there's other forms of funding as well, but mainly it's directly from the college. It's directly from the student contribution fee. I am one of those who will know this better than anyone because I was in the Students' Union in CIT for a year. And I will say this, it was a very interesting experience to be there for that year. I think this is what the college should do. They should go after the funding for next year's budget in protest of the union's actions. Now, and because I'm next to certain, the college would, so the union would then go, hang on, you're not allowed to do that. It's like, well, the college is allowed to protest as well. You don't want to restrict their right to protest, do you? So I think, like, their argument will quickly do a 180 when it goes against them. Now, look, I want to make it clear. I don't think it matters which side of the argument you're on when it comes to Israel here. Whether you're pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. I don't think it matters in this situation. This is more of a free speech issue. Are you allowed physically block an entrance? Well, I don't think you are. And actually, in terms of fire safety, no, you're not. Because that's not peaceful. Should the college have fined them? I think, yeah, but I don't think it was the best way to go about it. What'll happen next with the encampment? I don't think the encampment is going to be that successful. I hope the college stands its ground, which it looks like it will. So what do you guys think? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and do not forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. An argument we hear all the time when the topic of freedom of speech and especially cancel culture is brought up. And that is the argument of freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. That argument you hear quite often. So if the union is applying their free speech, which the union president has an issue with himself because he calls Free Speech Ireland far right, which they're not. If the Students' Union is using their freedom of speech, their freedom of protest here, surely they're not free from the consequences of that either. Pretty sure that same logic applies here as well.